Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related, and today we are going to do a full face of drugstore makeup. I haven't done one of these videos in a really long time, so I thought it would be fun to play around with a lot of the drugstore products in my collection. I feel like a lot of my collection is higher end, so the products that are drugstore that I do keep in my collection are phenomenal. I have a whole basket here, a full face, like I said, of drugstore products that I think are worth your money, worth the hype for sure. So I wanted to put them on with you. This is the final look of said drugstore product haul. So I hope you guys are having a great day. If you guys like this video or these types of videos, be sure to let me know and I will try to do more for you guys. If you do, please like and subscribe if you aren't already. Let's just hop into it. The first thing I'm going to go in with is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is the one that has 4% niacinamide in it. I actually have not used this yet, but I've heard such good things about this, and it's supposedly a really good Makeup Forever, not Makeup Forever, Milk Makeup Hydro Grip dupe. Definitely feels tacky. I think it feels tackier than the Milk Hydro Grip. And this is maybe a bit much in terms of like priming products, but just because I really want to show you guys the makeup products that are drugstore that I've really been liking. Honestly, a lot of these are from e.l.f. because I feel like e.l.f. is such a good brand and highly rated for good reason. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I have this one in the shade 3.5 medium. And for this one, I'm really just going to put this on kind of the high points of my face. I don't want this everywhere, especially because a lot of the products that I am gonna go in with are just glowier in general. So I just want a little bit, and we're just gonna add a little bit of glow, even though I do already have a lot of glow on. And I'm just gonna use this sponge to tap it out. And I think that blends out really easily. I mean, I don't think I would ever use it as a full base, but I know a lot of people do. For me, I just feel like it's maybe a little too glowy. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. I used this in a recent video that I was trying new makeup, so I will leave that linked below for you. I'm going to do one pump for right now, and I'm just going to take a foundation brush, really just like work my brush into there to break up all of the little pigment capsules, and then just tap this onto my face. I do think this is a really pretty foundation. It leaves my skin just looking really hydrated. It doesn't really cling to any dry patches. And it's kind of just like a fun product. And I also have the Chanel foundation that this is kind of supposed to dupe. And I think I like this one more than the Chanel just because the shade matches me a lot better. In terms of like formula, I think they're pretty similar, to be honest. For concealer, I have a few different options here. I have the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer. This one is in the shade Beige. I did finish up a full size of this in the shade Golden, I believe. So this is like a second NYX Bare With Me concealer. And I also have the Catrice True Skin Concealer. This one is in the shade 32 Neutral Biscuit. I think Neutral Biscuit is maybe gonna match me a little bit better. I think the Beige concealer is just a little bit too full toned for me. And I'm just going to put this on all of my acne underneath my eyes. I use my sponge to blend this out again. The Catrice True Skin Concealer has a really good amount of coverage, but also I think looks really good underneath my under eyes. So I think that's a great option. I don't think you can get Catrice at the normal drugstores. I think you only can get them on Amazon or on their website. They did send this to me, but I do think it's a really good concealer, and I feel like it just blanked out my under eyes so quickly, and it's really easy to blend out. I feel like I am looking so dewy, but that's okay. For contour, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour. This one is in the shade Light Medium. I think this is such a stunning product. It blends out so easily. You really can't go overboard with it. And oops, I forgot to blend out some concealer. I think I like this formula and this tone more than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury one just is a little bit drier and a little bit harder to blend, and maybe that's just because of how long I've had it. I truly just feel like this blends out easier, and I like the tone of this a little bit more. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury one doesn't have a good shade range, so I'm just gonna take this Real Techniques 070 brush and just use this to blend this out. And the contour that I put on my jawline, I'm just gonna make sure to blend down as well so there's no harsh shadow. And whatever's left on my brush, I'm just gonna put in this little eye socket here just to kind of give a little bit of a shape to my like little eye socket area. I went a little bit too far with the contour on this side, so I'm just gonna take a sponge and tap this out, tap everything out, to be honest, just to make sure we have a really good blend everywhere. Another e.l.f. product. I know that e.l.f. has been very prevalent in this video, but e.l.f. just makes really good dupes, and they're really good products in general, even without being dupes, and they're really affordable. So this is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. This one is in the shade Dusty Rosé, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Rare Beauty blush, but these ones are so much easier to work with than the Rare Beauty ones. These ones blend out so much easier. Besides being able to blend them out easier, they also are just really pretty by themselves. You don't have to worry too much about drawing them directly on your face. I'm using a ColourPop F31 brush to do this, but like you just saw that I drew this all over my cheeks. It's taking me not a ton of effort to blend it out. I'm just kind of like doing stippling motions. If I were to buy this blush again, I don't think I would choose this color specifically, just because I do maybe feel like it leans a little bit peachy on me, and I'm not the biggest fan of peach blush. However, I do think this formula is stunning. It blends out super easily. Like, it doesn't mattify everything, but it doesn't add any extra glow either. And trust me, I feel very glowy right now, so that is a very nice thing in my opinion. I have a few different powder options here. Both kind of serve different purposes for me. So I have the e.l.f. I think this is the Prime and Stay finishing powder in the shade Light Medium. And I also have the Essence All About Matte fixing compact powder. I feel like the e.l.f. Prime and Stay setting powder is more of a finishing powder, whereas I feel like the Essence All About Matte is like definitely for absorbing all my oils throughout the day. So this is more of my touch-up powder, whereas this is like my setting powder, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna first go in with the e.l.f. Prime and Stay. If I do feel like I need a little bit more of a setting powder throughout the day, I will go in with the Essence one, but for now I'm just gonna take this on this brush. This is a Katie Jane and Spectrum number 8 brush, I believe. I'm mostly focusing this on my under eyes, and then obviously just tapping over any of my super oily areas with this smaller brush. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Essence All About Matte, and I'm going to take this on this powder puff. This is just a powder puff that I got off of Amazon. It comes in like a pack of 6 for like $6 or something like that. And I'm just using this everywhere else on my face to set everything down, mattify a little bit more, because I am an oily gal. I will get very oily throughout the day. For powder bronzer, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Primer Infused Powder Bronzer. You can see I've hit pan on this because this was in my project pan for quite a while, but I do think it's such a good formula. It's really easy to blend out. It's not like super powdery either. I feel like if you use a really big fluffy brush like this, it always just looks so diffuse and effortless. Now for one of my favorite parts, blush. My favorite powder blush from the drugstore is either this blush from ColourPop. This is the pressed powder blush in the shade Prairie Air, or the Essence The Blush in the shade 20 Bespoke. The only thing I have against Essence is that the packaging always breaks on me. To be fair, it's like a $3 blush, so the packaging is just cheap in general, but I feel like the packaging always breaks way too quickly, and that does make me kind of annoyed. But I think the formula of that blush is stunning. I'm going in with ColourPop today though, just because I want this brighter pink blush, but the Essence, the blush formula is also really good and also only $3. Just keep in mind that the packaging is not the best. I love this ColourPop blush so much. I love the tone of this. You guys know I've been loving my cool tone pinks lately too. It just always looks so pretty. This is a little bit of a powdery blush. So you can see I haven't used this like a ton, but you can see a pretty big dent in there. I'm okay with that because I still feel like it blends out effortlessly. It really looks diffused, so I'm a fan of that, but just something to note that it is maybe a little bit powdery. For eyeshadow, I think the best drugstore eyeshadow palette is this one from ColourPop. This is the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. I think you can only get this specific palette on their website, but it's truly such a good palette. I feel like the tones in here aren't too warm or too cool tone. I feel like it's really versatile. These shimmer shades are also stunning. So I'm gonna go in with a mix of Shredded and Lovely Bunch. Again, the ColourPop formula is kind of powdery in general, but I feel like it makes it blend out so much easier. So I'm just gonna take both of these and just kind of run this all over my eye. I'm not being too careful with it. I'm gonna take this ColourPop E25 brush and go into the shade Nutty, which is this really dark brown, and I'm literally just gonna put this on my lash line just to deepen up my lash line a little bit more. I think maybe I should have done that on a smaller brush, but that's okay. Not the E25, the E26, which is just a slightly smaller, more packed version, but still just putting this on my lash line. Doing like a tiny bit of a shadowing, so you really can't see it, but it's there. Something that I think everyone needs to try at least once in their life is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This one is in the shade Ritz. This one is a little bit older, but this is a stunning, stunning eyeshadow topper. It doesn't have a lot of base pigment to it, but it adds the prettiest, just like wet sparkle effect. These are supposedly a dupe for the Urban Decay Moondust Shadows, I believe. I don't have the specific shade that this is supposed to dupe, which is Space Cowboy, but I do have a different Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow, and I do think they're very similar in terms of tone, texture. It just adds a beautiful little sheen, and I think it's so pretty. The brow category is something that I kind of struggle with because I feel like a lot of products don't actually hold up my brows. However, I do have a few more affordable drugstore options to share with you guys. If you're looking for a really good brow pencil or brow products in general, NYX often has a lot of really good ones. I do have the NYX eyebrow pencil here. This is in the shade Espresso. Just gonna take a little bit of this. I feel like this is creamy enough to draw on really easily, but also stiff enough that it's not gonna fade away like immediately. So just taking this and really only filling in the sparse areas. I've said this before, but I did get my eyebrows tattooed, so my brow filling in-ness has been very minimal these days. And I like my brows to be really, really fluffy. So this is not a drugstore necessarily product, but it is really affordable. This is a K-Beauty makeup brand. This is Alicia, and this is the Shaper Pomade Eyebrow Fixer. This is very similar to the Refi Brow Sculpt in my opinion. It just gives my brows the hold that I want. I have not found a different eyebrow gel, like a clear eyebrow gel that holds as well as this one does and gives me kind of that fluffy brow look that I want. So technically not drugstore, but a great product nonetheless, and I reach for this over my drugstore eyebrow gels way more often. Just gives like a really fluffy look without weighing my brows down, because a lot of them do end up weighing my brows down really heavily. As far as lips go, I have quite a few really good options. Number one, any of the NYX lip liners. These are such good products for drugstore, for high-end, whatever. I love these NYX eyeliners and I would use them over and over again, and I typically reach for these ones over my high-end ones. Sorry, I'm just wiping off my lip balm. Today I'm gonna go in with NYX Nude Truffle. This one's a little bit more of a deeper brown cool tone. And I don't usually overline my lips. I usually just fill them in as they are, just because I do feel like I have a little bit of a thicker lip. These are the 3 lip products. If you want a lip stain, the Romand Juicy Lasting Tints, stunning formulas. This one is in the shade Nucademia. I also have one in the shade Peeling and Dew. This one is a little bit deeper, whereas Nucademia is a little bit more neutral. Great product, especially if you want something that's going to last you all day, because it is a lip stain, but it goes on very glossy. Similar to the Rare Beauty lip oils, if you are familiar with that formula. The next lip gloss is the Milani Fruit Fetish lip oil, I guess, but I feel like these are lip oil gloss, like the thicker Dior dupes, you know? This one is in the shade Blackberry Agave. I think the shade is stunning on my lips, and the formula is really nice, really comfortable. I really like the scent of it as well. No tingling in this one. And then lastly, the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils. This one is in the shade, if I can read it, Jam Session. This one, a little bit of a tingle. This one, no tingle, but very similar shades. Let me just swatch all of them for you. So this one, this darker one, is the Milani one, so definitely more of a tint. The e.l.f. one, more of a sheer product, but a little bit tinglier, a little bit more like the Dior lip oils. The last one here is the Ramon Juicy Lastington. Again, more of a tint. This one leaves a stain, but as it goes on, it looks really glossy. All really good options. It kind of just depends on your mood, your vibe, if you need it to stay all day. I'll reach for the Romand one just because I need my lip product to last all day, especially today because I'm going into work. I don't want to have to think about reapplying. So I'm gonna apply this all over my lips. And you can see that it does leave my lips a little bit tinted right off the go, but the real star is when it fades away and leaves the stain behind. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes, and I'm gonna go in with, actually, we're gonna do setting spray first so we don't mess up our mascara. The setting spray I'm gonna use is the e.l.f. Stay All Day Micro Setting Mist. I really like the spritzer on here. It is quite nice, to be honest, like way better than the one from NYX that I had and the one from Milani that I used to have. Moving my hair out of the way. I honestly love to douse myself in setting spray. I want to like maybe feel a little bit wet, and then at the end I will go back in with powder if I feel like I need it. So just gonna curl my lashes. For mascara, I have a few different options here. This is quite a lot, but this is just how finicky my lashes are. So any of the K-Beauty mascaras work great for me. This one is the Clio Kill Lash. I also have the Ramond Hands All Fix. This one is the brown shade though. Or I have the K-Beauty Mascara Primer, which this one is from Heroin Make, and then I go in with a different mascara on top. This one specifically is the e.l.f. Lash Extender, which is supposedly a dupe for my Thrive Cosmetics. I don't like this one as much as I like the Thrive Cosmetics. So I'm not going to go in with this combo, but I just wanted to note that the Heroin Make Curl Keep mascara base, really good if you have lashes that are easily weighed down like mine are. The Romand Hands All Fix mascara, an amazing mascara. This one is just the brown shade, so I'm not going to go in with it. I do also have the Volume Black shade as well, but that's in my makeup bag that I don't have in front of me, so I'm not going to use this, which means I'm going in with my Clio Kill Lash. This mascara is so good. This one is a little bit dry at this point, to be completely honest, but this one leaves my lashes curled all day. It doesn't smudge. Honestly, one of my favorite mascaras of all time. I just think the K-Beauty mascaras are where it's at for me and my lashes. It leaves my lashes feeling very curled, very lifted. I can get good volume out of them as well, but they don't look clumpy, so I can also get good separation. Mascara is done. I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more powder, especially on areas where I get the most oily, so in my T-zone, just a little bit more of the Essence All Matte powder. And this is the final look. I'm gonna take out this hair roller, which kind of is gonna look crazy for a hot second until I actually fix my hair. And this is the final look. These are all of the drugstore products that I love, that I think are worth your money for sure. And a lot of these are really good dupes for higher end products. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't done a drugstore video in a really long time, so I enjoyed this video, and it was kind of fun just playing with makeup that is not in my project pan right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!